everyone. The time has come. The first prediction video ever on Tyson's Tennis Tips. The Australian Open Special. Please welcome your hosts, Sam, Tyson and Jaya Mays.
Welcome back, guys, to Tyson's Tennis Tips and our first Australian Open prediction video. We're very excited here, a brand new setup. And Jaya, how are you feeling, mate?
Hi, Sam. Yeah, good to see you. I'm really excited to share my predictions with you guys watching at home for what promises to be a really exciting Australian Open 2021. But just one thing before we start, Sam, I can't help but notice that fantastic lockdown haircut you've got. I mean, tell us the secret behind that.
Well, my hair tends to do its own thing on the best of days. So if I can get it to stay in one position and just mold itself into that famous quiff at the front, then so be it. So cheers, Jai. I'll take that. Not looking too bad yourself, mate.
Oh, thank you, Sam. Well, you must be 15 love up already then.
So let's start off by talking a little bit about what the Australian Open is, because I'm a little bit conscious that some of you guys watching today may not know a great deal about the Australian Open tennis tournament. So it's a tournament that's pretty close to my heart in that I was there 7 years ago, sitting in the Rod Laver Arena in 44-degree heat. It was a really, really stifling day when I was there, and it's something that the players will have to get themselves prepared for in their preparation. And we know that their preparation has been affected by the lockdown, the fact they've all had to obviously self-isolate for 2 weeks prior to the tournament. The tournament itself, nicknamed the Sunny Slam, played obviously in February now, slightly later in the calendar year, and a tournament that we're all so excited to see. And talking of being excited, Jaya, how are you feeling, mate?
Yeah, so the tournament itself has always been one of my favourite tournaments growing up. I've watched it for many years. Just going back over some of my favourite matches, one that sticks out for me is that classic 2008 Australian Open final between my favourite player, Jo-Wilfried Tsonga, and Novak Djokovic. And yeah, so like you say, it's played on hard court. It's one of the biggest tournaments of the year, one of the 4 Grand Slams. So it means there's 2,000 points on offer for the champion. So you're always guaranteed a great field of competition, whether you're spectating at the tournament or watching back at home. And yeah, I can't wait for things to get underway, and I'm excited.
Well, I think it's time to share with our viewers our Australian Open predictions. Don't forget, we're doing this on the men's side and the women's side. Stay with us. Starting on the men's side, I am backing 27-year-old Austrian player Dominic Thiem. He is a fantastic all-round tennis player with brilliant mental strength, a player who has huge ground strokes on both sides. We know about his one-handed topspin backhand, how effective that can be. The angles that he can create off that side in particular are remarkable. A player with a huge serve, a serve that most would agree has improved over the last few years. When I look at him from the ad side, that's the left-hand side, his kick serve, his topspin serve out wide is phenomenal. And what he can create there, again, is that angle to play his next shot into, which you've seen in my past tutorials, creating the space, hitting the space straight away. A player with 300 wins in his career, 70% win rate ratio at Grand Slam level. So this is someone who knows how to get to the business end of tournaments and has recently broken in to that almost impossible task of breaking into the top 3. You had Federer, Nadal and Djokovic, who were almost unmovable in those positions. And this is someone who has managed to break into the top 3 world ranking position. So he is a stylish, powerful, dynamic player, and he is my top tip on the men's side to win the Australian Open 2021.
Well, Sam, I'm disagreeing with you on this one. I'm going for the number 4 player in the world, which is the Russian Daniil Medvedev. He's 24 years of age and already has produced some unbelievable results. A couple just to tell you about is the ATP finals last year, which he won, beating your prediction, Dominic Thiem. But also he's got to the later stages of Grand Slams, losing to Rafa Nadal in the final of the US Open in 2019. So already he's proving himself right at the top of the men's game. So in terms of his game himself, I call him a neutralizer in the way he's very good at staying consistent from the baseline. He can take on really powerful servers and he's able to neutralize the ball really well from the back of the court. He may not have the best attacking game, but he can certainly outlast many of the top players just through his sheer consistency. Something that he's improved a lot on recently is his mental side of the game, because in recent years, he's been seen to have quite a lot of outbursts at tournaments. And I think this is one of the main reasons why I'm picking him, because of this new mental strength that he's found with his psychologist and his coach. I like to almost call him a chess player in the way that he's always thinking one step ahead of his opponent. So he can create angles from unbelievable positions on the court, and yet he can still outlast any player, wherever that be on the court. So I think he's going to be a strong player to contend with at the Australian Open, and I can't wait to see if he can lift the title in 2021.
If you're enjoying our predictions so far and you'd like to see more content like this, please hit that like button below, and that will help us grow our channel. Jaya.
I'm writing down notes for this. I'm writing down notes.
There's no pressure.
On to the women's side now, and I am backing 27-year-old Spanish player Garbine Muguruza. She is a player who reached the final in last year's Australian Open, and this year will be looking to go one step further. She's very solid on both sides, and she can dominate particularly well from the baseline with her huge forehands and backhand. She moves superbly as well, and that's something that will be very, very important, moving efficiently in the testing conditions that she'll almost certainly face at the Australian Open. The fact that she was brought up in Spain, she's used to playing in tough conditions in the heat, and I think because of this she will be a natural at going the distance in what will almost promise to be some long, tough, difficult matches. She's got a win ratio of just over 70% off her serve. Her return of serve game is equally as impressive, and she can build particularly well when she's returning serve by hitting that ball into the corners of the court, putting her opponent under immediate pressure. She has 7 singles titles and has won just under 400 matches in her career. Watch out for Garbine Muguruza. She is who I am backing to win the Women's Australian Open 2021. Jaya, who are you backing, mate?
So, Sam, the women's player who I'm backing to win the Australian Open is Romania's Simona Halep. What a fantastic player she is. For me, I always almost describe her as the Rafa Nadal on the women's side of the game. The pure fight and determination really sets her apart from her opponents. She can bring a physicality to the court like no other player. She can last in super long rallies from the baseline. And I think this is going to really be really important during the Australian Open, considering these tough conditions like you mentioned before. So in terms of her game style, she is a very aggressive baseliner. She likes to take the ball early, but also she applies a lot of topspin onto her shots, which I think is going to be really beneficial on these hard and warm courts at the Australian Open. It's really going to kick up to her opponents. So I think this, combined with her physicality and her topspin on her shots, is going to really set herself apart from the other top players on the court. And this is the women's player who I'm backing to win the tournament.
Well, that's a fantastic set of predictions. It's a wrap. Thanks to you both, and it's time for Sam to lead us out. Cheers, Sam. Take it away.
Well, it's been fascinating to hear your predictions, Jaya, and it will be interesting to see how the tournament unfolds. Don't forget, for you guys watching, the tournament begins tomorrow. That is Monday, the 8th of February. 2 weeks of tennis down in Melbourne, Australia. I hope you are as excited as we are for the tournament to begin. As always, leave your comments below. Who do you think is going to win the Australian Open? Like the video. As always, as well, if you're new to our channel, please consider subscribing. Stay with us, because coming up, we're going to be showing you some more lockdown videos and prediction videos like this. Well, we're hoping more of them will be on the way. Stay safe, stay well, and we'll see you soon.